In just under a year's time, England will face Fiji in the opening game of the World Cup. For many of the squad, it will be their first taste of rugby's greatest event, an experience that former captain Martin Johnson remembers vividly from 1995.
It's different than being on tour, even a Lions tour. I've been on half of one of those at that point. Everyone will be at their best. You might have internationals where you beat someone and it's comfortable to a degree, but not in World Cups. Everyone's out there fighting tooth and nail. Yeah, I remember in that tournament we all came together and there was a pre-tournament sort of gathering over in Cape Town. All the teams turned up. So they all flew in from all over South Africa and all sat in a marquee in a vineyard in near Cape Town. And you're sort of there and you sort of eyeing the opposition up. So it was big occasions.
After losing in the semi-finals in '95, Johnson suffered further disappointment 4 years later, when he was captain of the side, which was knocked out in the quarter-finals by South Africa.
All we talked about for 2 years was World Cups. If you didn't make a mistake, if you did that wrong, that's World Cup gone. You got to the game, it became almost too big to play. You just got to go and do what you do and play rugby. I remember saying to the guys the night before the final, just, we know what we're doing, but just do what we do. Don't have to do anything more and fancy because it's a World Cup final, and you don't go into your shell either, which I didn't think anyone would, but just do what we do. We just play games. That's what we do. We win games. We find a way to win matches. Let's just go and do what we do. Doesn't matter what the game is. It's a game of rugby, and it's there to be won and lost.
World Cups provide the ultimate test of a player in terms of ability and character, and that self-belief was a hallmark of Johnson's winning team in 2003.
The France game, England lost it. You think you should have won that. We've all been there and lost those games, but the team should have nailed that game because you did everything you needed to do to win it. Just didn't finish it, and France had the ability to go the length of field to score it, and you think, gosh, you've done all the hard work. You've got that game in the bag. Finish it off and they'll go and they'll lose the match. But, afterwards I said, in a way, both coaches wake up the next morning. England coach probably should be happier than the France coach in many ways, although he's lost. What the team did was good. They just didn't finish the game. So, teams that find a way to win those close ones, they're the ones that get through those knockout games and into finals of World Cups.
And how will England cope with the additional burden of the expectation of the home crowd?
They've got to sort of understand what's coming and be able to deal with it as individuals and as a group. There's two sort of separate teams got to be able to thrive on it, and you've got to be able to thrive on it a bit. It's hard. I think it's hard work, but it's not going to be easy, is it? You're trying to win a World Cup, so. That's the key, really, for me. You can talk about tactics and all the rest of it. You've got to get the mindset right, that actually enjoy this and not let it become a real heavy weight on our shoulders. Yeah, you're at home, and once you get out on the field, you're at Twickenham. That gives them a real opportunity. They're in a tight group with two teams who I think are in the same sort of bracket of England in terms of they could go to the end of it, someone's going to go home, and there's a massive difference of getting to the semis and finals as to leaving in the pool stages. So it's high stakes right from the early first game.